telling you. I can't believe I'm talking to you here.
I can't believe it either.
Oh, yeah, having you home, Eden, it's just made such a difference to everybody. For a while there, when that plane went down, it was so weird. It was like everybody just kind of lost their way about them. You can imagine what Dad went through.
Yeah, Mama told me. She filled me in on everything. I was really sorry to hear about you and Haley.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We thought we could make the marriage work out. Just couldn't.
Well, sometimes that's the way life is, one minute everything seems to be fine, and the next minute your whole life is turned upside down.
Yeah, I'll say that. Well, hey, look, this shouldn't be such a downer here. Let's talk about something a little happier, like getting you well.
Oh, let's not talk about that. That's all I've been talking about. I think that's just something I've got to do. By myself.
Why don't you wait here? I'll try and find Dad for a second.
Thanks, Ted.
Oh, Julia.
I'm glad to see you. Oh, boy.
You look wonderful.
Oh, and so do you. I've been to see you at the hospital lots of times, but they have such strict rules about visitors.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I got your flowers, and I got the picture of Samantha. She is beautiful.
What do you expect from your goddaughter? I want you to meet her. I really do. I was going to bring her over to Cruz's. I thought I'd catch up with you over there.
Julia, Ted said you wanted to see me.
Yes, I'm here on Victoria's behalf.
I'll let you two talk.
Oh, it'll take a minute, darling. In fact, that's really about what it all should take. Because if you're here to get me to change my mind about keeping Chip, you're wasting your time.
Cece, please be good enough to hear me out. I promised Victoria that I would make a direct appeal to you. Please talk to the judge and ask that he reverse his custody decision. Victoria, please, let her have her baby back.
Listen to me very carefully. Victoria happens to be an unstable woman going through an unsettled phase, and I do not think she is capable of handling her son. So please let us handle it.
How can you make a judgment like that, Cece? It's not fair. Sometimes it is so difficult to deal with you.
Then I would advise you not to deal with me.
I don't understand your obstinacy where Victoria's baby is concerned. Now, this goes beyond being possessive. I'm beginning to think that you're keeping the baby is a way to get back at Mason.
You're out of line. Let's talk about your motives now for representing Victoria in the first place.
She needs counsel.
There are hundreds of people on the street who need counsel. What happens if Victoria happens to go to prison? She's nicely put away. The wife is stuck away someplace. You can walk over, throw peanuts at her, and have Mason all to yourself.
I am not even going to waste my breath denying that.
You're right. It would be a total waste of breath. So if your only reason here is to get me to change my mind, you can forget about it, and the door's that way. I'm not going to change my mind. He'll stay here for now.
Don't you even care how much she's suffering?
Look, the only one who's suffering right now is me from this conversation, so if you want to get me out of my misery, let me walk you to the door,
I'm really sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but we'll talk later. I'll find you and I'll bring Samantha.
Okay.
You gonna be at Cruz's?
No, I'll be here.
Oh. Okay. I'll talk to you soon, and I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you, too.
Take care.
Okay. Daddy? What's going on? I thought we were just taking care of Chip while Victoria was getting a series of tests run.
That's how it started.
Well, when did it change? Obviously we're not taking Chip away from Victoria against her will, are we?
Eden, you came into this late. Let's not get into an argument about it, please. I'm doing what I think is best for Chip. I really am.
But you don't think it's best that the child should be taken away from its mother.
What I don't think is best for everyone to question my decision. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I really know what I'm doing.
I think that you think you're doing what's best, but I don't think it's right.
Do me a favor. Let's not quarrel. You just got home.
I don't want to, but I don't like to see this happening.
Darling, why don't you just look at things as they are, not what they seem to be? Victoria and Julia are wrong. The judge agreed with me that Chip should be with the family. We can take care of him better.
Daddy, you of all people shouldn't use that as an argument. Look what happened when you took Brandon away from Santana legally. And what's been happening ever since then. And we don't even know what's going to happen to Brandon in the long run.
All right, now that's enough, Eden. We're not talking about Brandon now. We're talking about a Chip. It's an entirely different matter.
Daddy, I think you should try to remember what it felt like when you thought I was killed in that plane crash. You, more than anyone, knows what it feels like to suffer the loss of a child. How can you possibly put Victoria or anybody else through that kind of pain?
Oh, come here, sweetheart. You don't know how good it feels to have him in my arms again.
Well, that's where he belongs.
You know, I was a little surprised when you called. I didn't think I was welcome in this house.
Well, not with me.
You know that your father has custody of Chip now, don't you?
Yes, I do, and I hope that'll be resolved soon so you can get custody back.
Oh, thank you again, Eden. I know I'm a little late in saying this, but I'm very happy that you're home safe and sound. I know you and Cruz will be very happy together.
Thanks.
Oh.
Hello, Victoria.
Hello.
Well, you look a lot better. I hope you're feeling well.
Thank you.
I invited Victoria over.
Did?
Listen, it's a really nice day outside. Why don't you go out by the gazebo or something and get some air?
Thank you. That sounds great. I think I will. Excuse me. Oh.
All right. What did you think you were doing?
I invited Victoria over to see her baby.
Knowing how I felt.
Yes?
You had no right.
Maybe not. But Victoria has a right to see her baby. I don't understand what's going on here. I have never seen you like this before. You are being very unfair to her. They didn't even give her a chance. Now, Daddy, you may be stubborn, but you're not unfair. And what you're doing is unfair to Victoria right now.
Eden, you don't know anything about this, and I want you to stay out of it.
I will not. And I want to know why you're behaving this way.
Okay, maybe I do seem to. Maybe I am going crazy. You don't understand what I've been through since you disappeared. You don't know the half of it. This whole world is closing in on me right now.
Daddy, we've had problems before, and we've dealt with them.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have them again, but I can't help being affected by them.
I know you have a lot of pressures, but Chip shouldn't be one of them. That's Mason and Tori's responsibility. And Mason's not even here to give an opinion on the whole thing. Do you think it's right that we should just go in and correct the situation?
Darling, there are certain things I can't explain to you. I can't.
Daddy, when I was gone, did this baby become extra special to you?
There is no one in my life more important than you. The baby is my grandson. The baby is a Capwell. The woman is going through a terrible time right now. The doctor says she's going through postpartum depression. That's what they're telling me. I believe it's the best thing for me to be taking care of Chip at this time.
Well, is that what the doctor said?
They say it and I say it.
Well, I think we should at least wait for Mason to get back.
Wait for Mason? We don't even know where the hell he is. And in his absence, I'm the one that has to decide, so please don't interfere with that decision.
Interfere? I thought I was a part of this family.
You are a part of it, Eden. I just want to drop the subject.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful outside. Wasn't it, sweetheart? Thank you for making it possible, Eden.
Oh, don't be silly. It was only right.
And I was very grateful. Is Cece around?
CC is right here. Enjoy your time with Chip?
Yes, I did. I was about to ask Eden if she would put Chip down for his nap. Do you mind?
Do you feel up to it?
Oh, well, yes, of course.
Go ahead.
Listen, Victoria, I'm sorry. I tried to talk to him and persuade him, but you know how he can be sometimes, but please don't give up hope. He really does have a very good heart.
I know. Thank you, Eden. It's just so hard to leave him.
Oh, I know.
Oh. You know, I don't want to bring up a sore subject, but I know how much you and Cruz wanted to have a baby, and I know you're going to make a wonderful mother.
Well, that sort of seems out of the picture right now.
Oh, I can't believe that. Some women were meant to be mothers. Here, go say hello to Eden. Hey there. There you go. Oh. I know that there's no one else that I would trust with my baby.
Oh, Victoria.
Eden, I don't think there's much of a chance that CC is going to change his mind. So you promise me that you'll be the one to look after him? It would make me feel much better. Will you promise?
Yeah, I promise. Do you like that little bear? Do you? I think you do. It's awfully pretty, isn't it? Something. Nurse! Help! Chip! Help! Somebody help me!
What's wrong?
He's choking. I can't reach him.
Hey, come here, Chip. Buddy. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he's all right.
Thank God.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Oh, no, I can do it myself.
No, I'm happy to help you.
No, I can do it myself.
Sorry.
How'd you get in the house?
I rang the doorbell. Rosa let me in. She told me you were back here.
Yeah, well, I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come. I fell.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, I didn't hurt myself.
You look very beautiful now.
Well, I really think you should go now. I have some things I've got to do.
You sure you want me to go?
Well, I've got some personal things I have to take care of.
Wow. More important than us, huh?
I'd rather not get into a discussion about our personal relationship, so I wish you'd just please put a stop to this.
Well, maybe I will if you can explain to me why you won't.
Because I just don't have time for it. I have a lot of other important things on my mind.
Like what?
Like this situation that Victoria's in. I don't think it was fair of my father to have taken Chip away from her.
Neither do I.
I happen to think that Victoria deserves her baby back. She came to visit me earlier, and she told me to take care of him, and that I was the only one that she trusted.
She has great taste.
It's ironic, though, isn't it? I very nearly let him choke to death.
Well, that could have happened with anybody.
No, but it happened with me. I want that baby back with its mother.
Uh-huh.
Well, are you surprised to hear me defend Victoria?
No.
Well, I just think you've got to keep a better perspective on things. I mean, we're never going to be best friends or anything, but I have to be fair. You just got to forget what's gone on before.
What about us?
Cruz, please, let's not talk about the past, okay?
What about the future?
Not if it concerns us.
We're a forbidden subject, is that it?
Well, what I'd really like to do is just concentrate on taking care of this problem and getting this baby back to its mother. And
How can I help you, Eden?
will you take Chip back to Victoria and tell her not to worry?
And what about your father?
Well, I'll talk to him and tell him what I've done and show him that it's for the best.
Okay. Okay, you got half a deal.
Half.
Yeah, I'll take the baby back to Victoria. I think that's a great idea. And then you and me are going to sit down and talk about you and me.
Well, I think we should just deal with this first.
Hey, buddy. This is your lucky day. We're going to go see your mama.
Where is he?
I assume you mean Chip?
That's right. You assumed correctly. The maid told me you arranged to have him moved out of here. I want to know where you moved him and why.
Well, I think you already know.
You telling me you really believe he's safer with Tori than with us, knowing the condition she's in?
What I really believe is that we're causing her a lot of pain by keeping her baby from her. Daddy, she is a mother, and that child is the most important thing in the world to her. She needs the comfort and the solace that a child can give her.
What if something happens?
Nothing is going to happen.
How can you be so
Would
sure?
you please stop this and let it alone?
The maid mentioned Cruz, said he was here. Did you give the baby to Cruz, Eden? Eden, answer me, did you?
Yes, I gave the baby to Cruz to give to Tori because I couldn't do it myself. Cruz did it. He agrees with me. He was only too happy to help. Daddy, what's wrong?
Nothing.
It's not like you to give up on an argument so quickly.
Well, maybe I realized you're right. Look, darling, you know how much I love you. And I don't want you upset, not after what you've been through. I just don't want you hurt. I mean, you've been through enough in the past 3 months to last a lifetime.
Daddy, how is my concern for Tori's baby going to hurt me?
It's not. I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking about?
I suppose I'm talking about an emotion. The strongest one a person can feel. The love a parent has for a child. The love a father has for his own flesh and blood. And that emotion can make into a lot of different things. Strange things. Wrong things. Very selfish things.
I never heard you talk this way. I didn't realize that's the way you see yourself.
What can I say?
You're not going to stand in the way of Tori keeping Chip, are you?
Well, let's see how it goes. If she can prove that she's capable, I won't interfere. All right?
Thanks, Dad.
Can I ever turn you down?
No. Oh, sweetheart. Are
you serious? Are you really? I can keep my baby. Are you really serious?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I've never been so happy in my whole life. Thank you.
Well, you should thank Eden. She's the one who insisted on this, but we both agree that the boy's better off with his mama.
I appreciate that the two of you have faith in me. Thank you so much.
No, you're
Hello,
welcome.
sweetheart.
Have you heard anything from Mason?
No, not a word. I don't know what's happening. I don't even know if he's coming home.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back soon with such a handsome family to come home to, you know.
Unless, of course, something's happened.
Mason can take care of himself. Can I hold him for a little while longer?
Sure.
Come here, buddy. Remember me?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Cruz, tell me honestly, did Cece agree to this arrangement? I can't imagine him changing his mind.
Eden has assured me that she'll square it with him, and I know she will.
How can she? He has a court order.
That doesn't mean anything unless he chooses to enforce it, and I'm sure he's in a rather malleable frame of mind now that she's returned.
Yeah. Well, you know, my life has been really tough after losing custody of the baby.
Well, you should remember just how fast things can change for the better. I'm living proof.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everything is going to be just fine. I just wish Mason were home.
He'll be back soon. Go see your mama. In the meantime, I got to tell you, Tori,
My little
the
love.
two of you make a handsome-looking couple.
Yeah.
Victoria, this is Cece. Would you open the door, please? I'd like to talk to you for a moment.
If you came to take my baby away, forget it. I'm not going to give him up.
Listen, I think you should leave the court order in your pocket, Mr. C, and so does Eden.
I know how Eden feels. We've already had this out. More than once. And once was enough. It's all right, Victoria. I promised Eden I would not take the baby away today. I just don't like the idea of everybody ganging up on me. I do happen to have my grandson's best interests at heart.
Well, that's what everybody wants.
I don't understand. If you are not here to take the baby, why did you come?
I brought some things over that were left at the house. Stroller, some toys, things like that.
Oh.
Cruz, would you, mind going down to the car and get them? The chauffeur has them.
Yeah, I'd be happy to get them. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Oh.
What have you told him?
What do you mean?
Well, he seems to have a very special interest in Chip. You must have told him something.
Look, Cece, you may not be able to keep your word, but I can keep mine. Oh, shh. If Cruz ever finds out that this is his baby, it's not going to be from me. What's the matter, sweetheart?
Wish I could be more certain of that.
Well, all I can do is promise you again. Look, I have tried to be a good wife to Mason. At least I'm going to continue trying if he ever comes home. And a good mother to this little boy that you recognize as your legitimate grandson. I would never do anything to spoil that relationship.
As long as you go on being a good mother to him, you won't have any trouble with me. But if I see any signs of neglect...
I would never neglect my son.
I'm simply saying make sure you don't.
I don't need any threats.
Thank you, Cruz.
Yeah.
You take care of him. Cruz?
Mr. C? So did he give you a hard time?
No, not too bad.
Well, then Eden must have gotten through to him, huh?
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Yeah, you know, Victoria, you're going to feel 1,000% better once you lay your eyes on this little guy's father again. You know, you didn't have to go to all this trouble,
Oh, it's
really.
no trouble at all. Look, I haven't made lemonade for anybody in the longest time.
Well,
it
it
was a pleasure.
Very nice of you.
Oh, good.
I appreciate it.
How is it?
Oh, it's great.
Good.
It's great.
You know, you're really very different.
You think so? You know, it's funny. My sister, she's living with me now. She's always on me about the fact that I never change, that I'm stuck in the 60s or something, you know?
Well, I didn't really mean that. It's just that you don't smile very much anymore. There, that's
Well,
it.
you
That's
know,
good.
yeah, but you know, what can I tell you? There doesn't seem to be a lot of reason to use it these days.
You know, Cruz, it's wrong of you and Eden to be apart. I know how right the two of you are together.
Yeah, but Tori, sometimes what's right and what's real are two different things.
Doesn't mean you have to give up.
Well, I haven't. I never will. But sometimes it seems like she has. It's like I believe she knows we can get back together again, but she's scared to try.
What is she scared of?
I don't know exactly. She's dealing with a whole lot of demons right now, you know, and she's decided that I can't. Listen to me, I sound like I'm blaming her for this. It's really not her fault, you know. It's a lot of it's me too. I try to say what I'm thinking to her. I mean, and the words don't come out right. You know what I mean?
Do I know what it means to push somebody too hard? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe that's it. But I feel if she would just take the first step. That's a lousy thing to say. Look, I really, I better get going.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate the lemonade. It was great, and thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you. Look, don't give up, okay?
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I won't. I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Hello, darling.
You went to see Victoria, didn't you?
I certainly did.
Why?
Because I was not convinced that I was doing the right thing letting her take the child back. I went over there to satisfy myself.
You promised me you would not fight this.
I didn't fight it. I happened to do it very gracefully. I even brought over the stroller and the toys that they left behind. I told you I wouldn't interfere. I told her that, too, as long as she took care of the baby. I'm not happy about it. Let's not have any confusion about that.
You know, Daddy, you still haven't given me a reason for this obsession that you have with Chip.
I certainly would not call it an obsession.
Well, excessive concern, then. I mean, this is Mason's child. Are you trying to punish Mason somehow by taking his son away from him?
I don't understand something. First, I get it from Julia, and then I get it from you. What is this, amateur psychology?
What, Julie has talked to you about this?
Everybody has talked to me. I'm getting people on the street corners talking to me about it. Look, sweetheart, I happen to be concerned about my grandchild, and I don't see why you are so quick to defend Victoria through all this when she's the one who's giving you such pain and aggravation through your relationship with Cruz.
Well, sometimes people do wrong things for the right reasons, Daddy.
Oh, stop it. That's a generality, not a very good
No,
excuse.
it is true. Some people would like to think that I did the wrong thing by not letting you know I was alive, letting you suffer all that time, but I thought I was sparing you. I wanted to come back to you healthy and whole. Now, unfortunately, that's not the case.
I'm sorry.
Well, Daddy, I've got to learn to live with the way that I am. And you've got to learn to live with things, too. We both do. Now, it's not going to be an easy adjustment, but it's got to be done. You know something?
What?
You're not as tough as you want people to think you are.
I'm not, huh?
Well, I want to thank you for taking Chip to Victoria and for standing up to Daddy the way that you did.
Eden, there was nothing to stand up to once you got through talking to the man. But I'm glad that you asked me to help. It kind of felt like old times.
Well, it doesn't feel like old times to me. But you never told me why you came to see me this afternoon.
There are so many things I need to say to you, I don't even know where to begin.
Cruz.
Yeah. Right. Business. Well, I came back to pay you the rest of the money I owe you. It's a little more than $100 grand.
What?
Yeah, I got to thinking, you know, I'd rather owe it to my bank than to you, so I took out a loan. It's not a cashier's check, but it won't bounce, I promise.
Well, you didn't need to borrow money to pay me back. I would have waited as long as you wanted me to.
And I will wait as long as you make me. I just wanted things to be square between us.
Yes, well, they are.
Well, hardly. They're basically ridiculous, wouldn't you say? I mean, I was going to invite you back to the beach house, try to ply you with happy memories, but I'd be willing to start talking about this right here.
I don't think we really should talk about it. I think it's something that you should accept and you should forget.
Eden,